Hello YouTube, how are we doing? Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I'm incompetent. That's the only thing I can say. Hello, who we got? So we've got Popplestones. Hey, hey, hey. Got Strange 2X. I'm doing very well, thank you. Roboboboto. Is that the right number of bows? Roboboboto. Hey. And Ed, who's very kindly just given 3 subs. Very, very generous. It's already going off to a flying start, this one. And Zakaluka in YouTube chat. Hey. I've got some yogurt. Got rather a lot of yogurt. I panicked. It's like, oh, I've got to go fast. And then I just like, yeah. Anyway, there you go. So, JSON decoding in Gleam. I know we're getting straight into it. JSON decoding in Gleam is one of those things that trips people up a little bit, because we don't have any magic in Gleam, and we don't have dynamic types. So you need some way of saying this is how you convert this. This is the thing. This is the types data we want to pull out of this untyped data. Sorry, my desk is a mess. I'm just moving things around as I'm talking. So you've got to build this decoder object, which was sort of inspired by patterns that you see in Elm, most of all, yeah. Oh, I've just been, okay. What a pronunciation. My name is Nadir, and my family name is Fejik. Is that right? Fejik? Fejik. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you've written. So I'd read it as N-Facik. N-Facik. Sich? Facich? Facich. Is that right? Which one? Oh, I did 3 things and you've said yes, and I don't know which one is the right one. The last one, Facich. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, look, we've already got a spammer. Hey, Giacomo, hey, delete that, block that person. Sandy says, is it going to be OTP 27? We can already use OTP 27. Although if you use the keyword, if you name something maybe or else, it may generate invalid Erlang code, because they added 2 new keywords in Erlang 27, which is a bit annoying. So the next version will escape those, but the current version does not. So it's fat-free, this yogurt. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it. Popplestones says, hey, I'm finally awake when you're streaming. Where are you from, Popplestones? It is currently 11:30 in the morning here. Parts of your t-shirt are see-through, that's true. I actually just have holes that go all the way through to the back. That's what it is. Australia. Well, good day. Anyway, with the current design, there's a problem in that the version, there's a few problems. The version that the design we copied from Elm, if you want to go beyond, they've got a function for like decoding 1 thing, a function for decoding 2 things, a function for decoding 3 things, a function for decoding 4 things, blah, 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 up to, I think, 8. And if you have an object with more than 8 things in it, well, you move over to this other API. And the other API makes clever use of the fact that Elm is a curried language. And that means every function, you can give it 1 argument, and you get back a function. You give it another argument, you get back a function. Here's another argument, you get back a function, so on. We can't do that in Gleam, because Gleam has normal functions where functions take a number of arguments at the same time. So I think that very commonly comes up in the Gleam Discord is, hey, how do I decode this thing? Because it's got too many fields. Like I need to decode like 20 things at the same time. How am I going to do that? And then we show them the implementation of the decode functions, and they go, oh no, oh no. And then they like copy it into the code base and make this like massive case expression that matches on like 28 things. Oh, it's just awful. Really, 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 really awful. Anyway, so I accidentally stumbled across a trick yesterday where you can do explicit currying with use expressions. And I showed this to the Discord, and Julian said, oh, I've got 2 followers I haven't read. Roofy, thank you very much for the follow, and stuck in a for loop. Oh, poor thing. Oh, and maybe it's Puzzak. Should use recursion, then it's easy to break out. Why are you wearing gloves while coding? Is it a style thing? No, these are compression gloves. They help with repetitive strain injury, or at least they do for whatever I've got. Anyway, welcome, folks. Really good to have you. So I stumbled across this trick. I showed it in the Gleam Discord, and Julian, who's like an absolute genius, like, you know, they are fantastic. Everything they contribute is amazing. Like they just sort of turn up and go, "Oh, I've been working on this for a few weeks," and it's just like the most amazing project you've ever seen. Like Julian made our immutable hash map implementation. Whoa, that's really cool. And the code is like, whoa, really complicated. They made a Gleam to C compiler in Gleam that does monomorphization, and it took them like 2 months. I was like, what? How did you do that? Super impressive. Anyway, so I showed it in Discord, and Julian's like, yeah, we all knew how to do that, right? We all knew that trick. And I was like, no. No, I had no idea. Anyway, so I realized that we could possibly use this to make a slightly nicer decoding API, because we could introduce? I don't know what that means. We could introduce a new abstraction that makes advantage of this nice looking explicit currying. And so I spent like an hour or something like scratching my head and trying to work out how to make it type check. And then at the end it was like a 14-line function, and it did what I wanted, but it was like 14 lines. That was it. It took me ages to write. So I showed it to the people in Discord, and they were like, that looks weird, but like it might solve the problem. You know, it doesn't look any weirder than what we currently do. So we're cautiously optimistic that this might be an improvement. It's not going to solve all the problems. There's still a learning curve on decoding JSON with this design. But you don't hit the problem where you go, oh, how do I decode one more? And if we can get rid of that, that's a huge win. So I want to package this up into a package. I guess that's correct, but it sounds rubbish. I'm going to wrap this up into a package, put it on the package manager, and then let people play about with it. And then if people like it, then maybe, I don't know, maybe we could think about integrating the idea into the standard library. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure, but we'll figure something out. So let's do that. What am I doing? Oh yeah, let's get my browser and stuff set up, eh? Safari. Is that the right size? That looks about right. I watched a video on Irish English today. I can't remember who the video maker was. Let's resize this. Yeah, I watched a video in Irish English, and it was very interesting because as I was watching it, there's a whole section on vocabulary, like words that exist in Irish English that don't really exist in other languages, like slang or loan words from Irish, a few of those. And it's really weird because it was just a video about how my family talks. And in my mind I was like, oh, those are just like normal words that everybody says. No. No. It's just my mum's lot. Oh, Edward. How's it going, friend? Welcome. How are you doing? Good. So let us go. Oh, we're in the right place already. Good. What was that? Oh, the Jay the developer joined. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the follow. Good. So let's show you the API first. So here we go. Here's me building up some dynamic data. This would be what the JSON encoder would put out. This is just an object basically of name, email, admin, confirmed. Maybe we should do this with actually decoding JSON. Maybe that'd be nicer. Yeah, I can't be bothered. And this is oops. This is the new design that I'm thinking. So this is the clever bit. Because this into function, you should give it a constructor, and the constructor, how do I describe this? The constructor is a curried function. So that means that, let's write two functions. Let's uncurried add, in case you don't know what currying is. And that'd be A plus B. And if you want to call it, you would call uncurried add. Maybe I should just call it, I don't know, like regular add. And you do 1 and 2. And that would give you 3. Okay. Oh, Jay the developer cheered with 100 bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Saying, I should really try and finish a project before attempting to learn Gleam. Lol. I disagree. You should learn Gleam. 100% do the Gleam first. No. Hey, why don't you do a project with Gleam? Even better. Oh, hello, New Meow. Another fantastic name. How are you doing? So anyway, so a curried version of this would be one where it takes each argument individually. So we don't have implicit currying. You've got to do it yourself in Gleam. Curried add is fun, where it takes an A. What does it do next? Well, it returns a function that takes a B, and then that function does the... Oh, hype train! New Meow resubscribed with Prime. Thank you very much. Go on, give me all your Amazon bucks, everybody. So when you want to call this, oh, and our hype train has started. How exciting! Choo choo. So if you call curried add, you would pass in one of the numbers as a single argument, and this would return some function, and then you could either assign that to a variable and call that again with the other one, so 2, not return 3, or you could not assign it to a variable and you could just, call it like that. So that's what a curried one is. So this syntax is a really clever trick. Maybe not very clever, but it's a trick to make a curried function that takes one argument. The first function takes one argument and this is name. The second function takes one argument and is email. The third function takes one argument and is admin, etc. So let's write this. I'll show you what this looks like. With the uncarried syntax, and you'll see why I think this is an improvement. How am I going to do this? Oh dear. Hey, H Anime Girls is raiding with a party of 1. Ah, I like that. Even though there's only 1, still a party. Much appreciated. I'm going to give you a shout out, my friend. Actually, can I just see your profile? How does that work? I had 30 seconds ago. Oh, well, let's see. I hope you get more, eh? H Anime Girls. Boom. Rock on. What were you streaming? How's it going? I just streamed writing a backend using ActixWeb and Rust SQLite. Nice, that sounds fun. I do like a bit of Rust programming. I've been I've had to kind of stop doing Rust programming because my computer can't handle the video encoding and running Rust at the same time. It's very annoying. Preston over in YouTube chat says, Gleam has successfully helped me get into a functional language. I love the syntax and typing. I don't know why, but Gleam opened the door where Elixir couldn't for me. Yeah, that's kind of like part of the idea, really, like to try and make this stuff much more accessible by having fewer weird things that, you know, I was going to say difficult to swallow, but that doesn't sound very good, does it? You know, like just little learning road bumps, like trying to have a few of those. Right, let's see if I can how do I? My 3080 agrees with you. Room got toasty. Yeah. I'm hoping that the new Snapdragon X processors are really good, so I can buy a non-Mac computer that has a beefy old what do you call it? Processor, ARM processor in it. Right, so I'm going to replace all of that with fun. Oh, I've got to escape it, have I? Oh. Yes. Oh, look at that regex. Wasn't that cool? Boom. There you go. So this. Oh, I was very happy with that regex. So this and this are exactly the same thing. But this looks a lot nicer than this. Or at least that's my opinion. You can, you know, what do you think? I think it looks nicer. I like that how it doesn't go and like crawl across the side. And then it's pretty similar to the existing Decode API. The difference is that you pipe into the next things rather than have them as arguments to the previous function. Where does the decode parameter disappear to? I'll show you how that's implemented in a bit. See if you can like figure out in your head how that's implemented. It's really funny. It's pretty clever. It's just a way of declaring an anonymous function. It's clever. It's funny. The implementation is like, hey Louis, love the shirt, says Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. I like your avatar. It's very cool. Righto. So, what was the next thing? Oh yeah, so you pipe into the things, and you can just keep adding new ones. You know, you can just do that for as long as you want, and you never get to a point when you need to invent a new function. It just goes on forever. And then finally, you call the run function, and that gives you back either a user, which is what your constructor returns here, or it returns a list of decode errors. So there you go. I think it's an improvement. Obviously, it's like compared to something like TypeScript or Rust, it's awkward, but maybe we can improve it in future with like editor tooling stuff. Are you doing this to replace the Decode 3 stuff? I don't yet know if this is going to be a replacement. It could be an alternative. So I want to make this pattern something people can use. And then if everyone really likes it, maybe we'll think about migrating the standard library over to this instead. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I accidentally did a recursion without an escape clause, and my system hung up, and then I heard currying. The functional programming experience right there. Isn't there a way to eliminate the piping part? Pass the decode string to the decode parameter somehow. I'm not Sure. How could you? I can't think of how that would work. Hey Jotso, how you doing? And Crabula, that's a cool name. JSON is a bit of a pain with OCaml and Reason historically. I think they're in a similar situation to Gleam, although they have currying, so they could implement the Elms one really easily, and they also have PPX macros, which I think that's commonly used to make decoders. I'm not sure. They don't have use, but we're using use here specifically to make up for the fact that we don't have currying. We didn't have auto currying. You can always manually curry in any language that has anonymous functions. So Jurash has a really interesting suggestion. Like, is there a way that you could do something like this? I can't think how you would do that. So then you wouldn't need this. You could just do that. I can't think of how that would work. It would be cool though, wouldn't it? Maybe, yeah, maybe we'll have a look at the implementation now and see if we can figure something out. Nesting is for birds. Oh, I just got it. That took me a while to figure out. Manual curry is my favorite off the menu of my local Indian place. I like Emmanuel curry, you know. it's a fusion dish. How would you implement nested decoding with this? Currently, I just pass decode apple into decode fruit basket and it takes a decoder, blah, 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 blah. Yep, so you can do the same thing. You could either say, let's pretend I have another decoder. In fact, let's make another decoder. User pub type pet name string is cat. A boolean. So let's make a excuse me. Let's make a new decoder, and we want to make a cat is cat. Oh no, it's not cat. It's a pet. Is cat and there you go. So here's a decoder. And let's add a pet to the user. And now this is nice because the type system is telling us, hey, look, your decoder isn't sufficient. Excellent. Okay, so let's add a parameter saying it's going to be a pet. Put that in here. If we gave this a return annotation, it would tell us that it's wrong. There you go. We never used it anywhere, so have I got the same thing twice? I do. Yeah, we never used it anywhere, so now we use it, so we don't need the return annotation. There we go. So this is saying okay, so now we have you know, a thing saying, hey, look, so this is the problem with this design. You get slightly worse error messages. We're saying like, hey, you know, we said you want to use it, but actually what we've really decoded is something that, you know, hasn't had a pet applied to it yet. So we need to add the pet. And we say pet is a pet decoder. Let's call it decoders, make it a little bit clearer, right? There you go. Oh no. Oh, it's because I ran it. I didn't mean to run it. There we go. So like, it's the same thing. You could nest it in. You could nest in like. And OS says, you may be signing to Twitch just to say how cool the shirt is. Thank you. I love this shirt. Again, I found it in a charity shop, like all my favorite stuff. Colin, with two L's. Is it pronounced Colin or is it like Colin or something? I found Gleam right before a few weeks long trip that I decided to take. I've been watching videos on it every night and it looks amazing. Wonderful language. Thank you very much. And thanks for watching. Much appreciated, friend. Colin, like Colin. Nice, nice. Brennan, that's a good strong name as well. Good strong name. So you can do this. So that's the first way you could do it. You can compose them exactly the same as you could with the old design. Another thing I want to do is get rid of all the stuff that I just added. There we go. So I got rid of pet. Yep. Another thing I would like to do is, say you've got some nested JSON. Yeah, so you got some nested JSON, you want to get something out of it. But not make a new like child object. You want to put it up to the top level. I thought we could have a function called something like I don't know, dig. That's a bad. I don't know what to call it. Like path. In. I don't know. Dig. And you could say like contact details. Email, oops, primary, you know, and that would go get from the first object the contact details, then from the second object get email, and from the third object get primary, that kind of thing. Well, I heard dig wrong. No idea what you mean. Oh, I put some cherries in this yogurt. It's really nice. Colin says 80% Irish. Oh, well, hold on. Do 100% Irish, baby. Yeah. Okay, maybe not, because I've also got this one, but I am Irish. I like to show that off anytime I can since Brexit. Oh, if I move away, my green screen goes funny. Oh, you can see it. Oh, that's really weird. Why does it do that? Very strange. So apparently, if I use the word dig, people will mishear it. Maybe I shouldn't use dig for that. So I don't know what to call it. So I thought that would be a useful function to have. I'm not sure what all the arguments are yet. Excuse me. Fancy Pants McGee with our dual passport. Yeah, no, they're just cardboard cutouts. They're not real. Buying secondhand are the best. I buy most of my stuff at Marks Times. Yeah, I love secondhand stuff. Like, you just find way more interesting things than you do if you go to the shops. Dive. That's another good name. Yeah, it's just odd because like this function is the name of like it is a field you're getting, and it's like you're not getting out a dig. Maybe it's like nested. You know, what's the name of the thing you're getting at? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's something I would like to add. I need a name. I would like that today. So if people keep suggesting names, that'd be really cool. Call it Robert, says Waffless. Not bad. Not bad. Reminds me, I need to renew my German passport. You got a German passport? That's really cool. Louis, what's the best meal deal? From where? That's the question. Nested field. Okay. Tesco's or Sainsbury's? I always try and maximize the costs. I always get the most expensive thing from like the snack section and the sandwich section and the drink section. I've got the extra curveball in that I'm vegetarian, which makes it a bit harder. Path selector or deep? Okay. Wait, how long have I been a subscriber? Did I get gifted? I think didn't you get gifted at the top? No, you didn't. It must have been last stream. Ed gave some gift subs at the very beginning of the stream. What a dude. Oh, and Noah's followed. Hello friend. So you're the kind of guy who gets a smoothie he doesn't want just to stick it in the shop. Yeah. Although I do want the smoothie. I'm just shocked by how expensive all the meal deals are these days. It's a lot of money. Nested field from Nested. Yeah. The Reddit bandit. Watch out, folks. There's a bandit about. Says, I'd really like to get into Gleam. I'm familiar with Go and Python. Good languages. Where/how would you recommend I start learning it? So what I think is if you want to start learning Gleam, go to the website. There's a button here that says try Gleam. Give that a good old click and it takes you to the tour. This takes you through the entire language and it's interactive, so you can edit stuff and it gets evaluated here. If you would rather just like not have the interactive bit and just read it top to bottom, you can click not that button. You can even no, it is that button. Yeah, go to the contents page, and then there's a link to find everything on one page, which you can use sort of more like a reference, and you can Control F, go through it, that kind of thing. But it's exactly the same content, and it covers everything in the language more or less. I think there's we don't have a full list of all the operators you can use in guard clauses, I think, but other than that, I think that's everything. I think. So you can do that in like an hour or two, or 3 or 4. Depends how thorough you are. And then you know Gleam. Like Gleam is designed to be really comparatively easy to learn. You know, learning a new language is never that easy, but there's much fewer things to pick up in Gleam than there are in most languages. Nortonf, I definitely said that wrong. It says, I can't for the life of me fully grasp the use thing. Yeah, use is the hardest thing in Gleam to wrap your head around. And just keep trying it, keep using it, keep practicing, and you'll figure it out, I'm sure. It just takes a bunch of time. Was the site written with Lustre? This one? I don't remember what this is written with. Should we find out? So this is open source. Let's go see what it's written with. Oh no, it's using HTML-B, which is like a very simple HTML templating thing. It could be written with Lustre. I think when I started this, Lustre didn't have fragments, which I wanted. Is this no? It didn't have. You couldn't put in like unsafely inject HTML without escaping it. I don't think you could do that in Lustre when I started this. You can now. If I was doing this now, I'd probably use Lustre. So yes, it is on GitHub. You can have a player of it. Are there any instructions? Oh look, there's a very small amount of instructions. I hope Gleam has at least 8 title streams. I won't use it otherwise. There's char lists, there's binary strings, there's string builders. I suppose you could have a string in a bit array. There you go, that's 8. Sorry, that's 4. You could put one in a bytes builder, 5. You can make your own, you know. Use externals to make some more. Does Gleam support all the actor process control stuff? Yeah, so if you go to Gleam, we've got 2 libraries. First one's called Erlang. Here we go. And this defines functions and types for supporting processes, doing type-safe message passing, receiving messages in a type-safe way, that kind of thing. OTP.actor redirects to the Gleam OTP docs. What? That's amazing. I'm going to test that out in a second. The other library is the OTP library, which defines the OTP, the Gleam type-safe version of the OTP actor framework, which is probably what you want to use. You need to use them both together. And together they do something very similar to together they do something very different. Together they give you something similar to what Elixir and Erlang's OTP give you. I'm just gonna go here and hope this goes where I think it goes. Maybe I'll open a second one. Yeah, good. I opened another tab just in case it went somewhere else. That's amazing. Whose domain is that? That's so cool. I love that. Ah, it's Meow Meow. What a good domain. That's so cool. Bon appetit. I still haven't wrapped my head around Lustre. I'm only really familiar with React. Yeah, there's a few little differences that will, maybe a little tricky to get used to. And the fact it uses a different syntax for HTML, that's often quite jarring for React developers. Oh look, there's a bot. You know what? Sorry. Oh no, I didn't need to do that. How do I unpin? There you go. You can get rid of the bots for me. Oh, Jack got it. Jack got it first. I wasn't sure if Jack was still here. Well, Meow Meow is now mod in exchange for a wonderful domain name. Sucker uses downfield down array. What is that? What for like a nested thing? Pokeball t-shirt and pub ad. Has Louis ascended? Yeah, I'm going for a picnic later. It's gonna be really fun. So what should I do? I mean, I can add more functions. Let's write tests for the basic types of thing. Do you think we should do the toot beep beep toot toot? Fingerless gloves are very Ash Ketchum. Oh, thank you. I too want to be a homeless 13-year-old. Right. What do I want here? I want a new test. And we do it for strings. My decoder is going to be string. There we go. Oh, do you think we should have our own? Okay, should this library use the dynamic library's error type, or should it make its own error type? What do you think? Ash Ketchum is 10? 10? Really? That's ridiculous. Oh, that was 13. Hold on, I'm going to blow my nose. Give me a second. I mean, he's got to be like 35 by now, right? Surely. He's been training to be a Pokemon master for a long time. Decode.run. I don't like the word decode run. I'm going to say from. That's nice, isn't it? Decode from data should be okay. Should equal hello. Doesn't have from. Let's make an error one as well. Do we have a dynamic module here? We do. Get the decoder out. I can't remember what string int. Right, let's go over to the implement. Oh, I didn't show the implementation, have I? I haven't shown you the implementation. Did the compression gears get too warm? It's currently 24 degrees in here, so it's not so bad. I'm wearing shorts. I'm guessing bidirectional schemas isn't something you could do with Gleam, right? Too much magic. Instead, you'd encode a counterpart for your decodes. I think Haley has a library for doing that. I don't know how it works. It might cheat. It might cheat the type system at some point. Maybe it's possible. I'm not sure because we don't have lenses, like we don't have first class successors in Gleam, so it might be to get the value out of the record would be fairly verbose. Roboboboto says, I was just about to ask whether you've considered compiling down to C, and I noticed somebody's already worked on that. Yeah, so that's Julian's. Sorry, that's Julian's Gleam compiler that targets C. It's very impressive. There's Danielle is also working on one, and Julian's one does monomorphization, and Daniel's one, her one does it boxes everything and does it do nan? I can't remember if it does nan tagging or not. Nan boxing rather. I can't remember, but it boxes everything instead. So there's a bunch of different ones floating around. I don't quite understand the use keyword. Is it a functional style thing? No, it's I was going to say it's unique to Gleam, but since adding it, we've discovered there are two other languages that have it. Rock and Coca both have it. They're functional languages. I think Rock might be removing it though from last I read Rock's I don't know what you call it, design documents. I think they're removing it. I could be wrong. It's a really handy feature. It can do loads of different things. It doesn't lend itself. How do I explain this? It doesn't fit in well with. Your language needs to be entirely expression oriented for it to work. That means no early returns. Loops might work, but like no break, no continue, no exceptions. So that you kind of need those properties for use to really fit in well with the language. So Gleam is very hard line, very on that particular aspect. It's always expression oriented, so it fits in beautifully. You couldn't add it to You couldn't add it to Rust, for example. It's tricky to learn, but it's well worth it, as Neo Meow points out. Right, so let's look at the implementation because it's quite funny. So first off, let's look at feel. I want to rename run to from because that was what the actual type error is. Run from. So here you go. It's from a good name. It reads well with like the module qualifier. It doesn't read so well without the module qualifier. Normally I feel I have to write code first without use first and then refactor after. I mean, often people overuse use, over-apply use. So it could be good not to use all the time. This is the function that took me like an hour to write. Now that I've written it, it looks really simple. Well, I also kept redesigning the data structure over and over again because I couldn't figure it out. But it just, the way it works is it just builds up a, you give it a sequence of nested functions, and it slowly builds up nested functions, and each of those nested functions wrap your nested function and passes. Oh, it's actually quite complicated to describe, but it's like a series of nested functions. They get wrapped by another series of nested functions that incrementally evaluate the other original set of nested functions. You see why it took me some time to figure out. And it basically works by, it runs all the previous ones by passing in the dynamic data. Then it runs whatever the new field, or whatever it is that you've passed in. And then it checks both of them. If they both succeed, then it runs the constructor function for you. That's a third function. This is getting very confusing. If they both failed, it adds the list of errors together, or if only one of them failed, we disregard whatever the success value is, and we return the errors. First time looking at use, is it a way to get out of callback help? Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is. It's a way of writing higher order function application without introducing nesting. I see functional sounds completely different from what I've learned. It will be a fun challenge when I get back. Yeah. Functional programming I think it's worth learning functional programming even if you never use it, just because it gives you a bunch of new ways of looking at problems. And programming in the functional style, even in an object-oriented language, is often useful. Not necessarily doing recursion and that kind of stuff, but pushing side effects out to the outside of your system, using immutable updates, that kind of thing. It's a good tool to have in your skill set. Anyways, here's the earlier we were asking how parameter was implemented. Oh, there it is. What a great function. Look at that. Parameter is a function that takes a function and returns it. It's the identity function. Compiler TV says, "Hey, did you cut your hair?" I did not cut my hair. I have not cut my hair. It's just a bit warm, so I got it tied up. Although I tied it up 2 days ago, so it's really scraggly now. Rock uses the exclamation mark operator and only for unwrapping. Does it still have back passing? Do you know, or did they get rid of it? Because we use for a lot of things. It's not just about like monadic results. As you can see, like here, we're using it for something else as well. So we need to document all these things. I want to add some other fields. Applicative validation. Yeah, exactly. We're basically doing applicative validation here. We're doing applicative parsing and validation. You know, they're kind of the same thing, really, aren't they? So let's look at the dynamic string function. Why can't I do go to definition on this? Maybe go to definition doesn't work in constants. So what do we want? We probably want the list one. Probably want the bool one. No, we've got the bool one. Float. Have we got float? We don't have floats. What does it mean by applicative validation? Gittonized. Welcome. Good to have you. Good question. So applicative is one of these fancy functional programming design pattern words. So whenever you hear people talk about like monads and applicatives and monoids and functors and stuff, they're just design patterns. In the same way that an OO people might talk about factories or proxies or observers. It's the same thing. Just rather than coming up with names from industry, I suppose, which is where industry? I don't know. Rather than having like common, sort of slightly technical sounding English words, they've based them off of mathematical terms. but so they're just interfaces really. And applicative, applicative is an interface that allows you to do multiple things. I'm going to say at the same time, but that's not quite right. You can do multiple things and they don't depend upon each other. And then at the end, you get a result back. So for an example of this, if you're familiar with promises in JavaScript, you could say promise.all and pass in a set of promises, and they'll all run at the same time and you get a result back at the end. If you are validating a form, you don't want to, so the alternative to doing it in an applicative way would probably be doing it in a monadic way. And then it would be, we do the first one, and then we do the second one, and then we do the third one. And if any of them fail, we stop, would probably be how it works. So for example, if you have promises, you could say, await promise 1, await promise 2, await promise 3, and that run the first one, stop, run the second one, stop, run the third one, stop. And if the second one errored, well, then we never run the third one. So that's monadic. So monadic is sequential, applicative is concurrent. So we're talking about validation. Monadic validation is very common, but not good from a user experience point of view. So if you were doing like, I'm going to say sequential rather than monadic. If you're doing sequential validation, you check the first, so you've got a form, HTML form with like 5 fields in it. And if there's an error in the second one, you don't find out about any errors in the third, fourth, or fifth. That's rubbish, because you submit the form and it goes, oh, actually, there was another problem. You go, submit the form. Oh, there's another problem. Really annoying. So you wanna check all of the form inputs at the same time, and that would be doing it concurrently, independently, and that would be applicative in this case, validation. So this library is basically finding a nice way of representing applicative, parsing, validation, that kind of stuff in Gleam. Paul says, hi, hello, good to have you in the chat. Anyway, yeah, someone open an issue for go to definition not working for constants, please. How are you today? I'm very good. Kittenized. I'm glad you understand the explanation, because it's there's that joke, isn't it, that as soon as you understand monads, you can't explain them anymore. But I've been practicing. Just a question on Gleam record types. Do you have to use a case to get data out of a record type, even if there's only one variant? No, you can do dot name of the field. So in my user example, I could do user.name. Okay, so let's test for all these really basic ones. Also appreciate these functional programming fundamental explanations. So you don't need to know any. I just want to clarify that it's very easy to get caught up in the sort of Haskell-oriented functional program world where you talk a lot about design patterns. You could happily never know what a monad or an applicative or a monoid or any of these things are, and be functional programming very competently and very happily in so many languages. Even Haskell, honestly. I mean, you would struggle to not learn in Haskell what those things are, but you don't need to know these design patterns the same way you don't need to know what a factory is to write good object-oriented code. You can just ignore it. It's not really fundamental. It's just a thing people like to talk about because it's fun. It's kind of fun. It seems I do applicative on a daily basis. I don't know what it's called. Exactly, yes, because these are names given to design patterns. Like every JavaScript programmer is competent and understands monadic programming, understands working with monads. They may not know it, but they do, because they use promises, and promises are monadic. You don't have to know the name of the higher abstraction to understand how to get stuff done. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. Ignore it. Gleam doesn't have the word monad in it anywhere for precisely this reason. It doesn't matter. So what I want to do, I want to have to-do. I'm going to write some to-do so I know what I want to do. I want to test and I want to document this. Pop, pop, pop. all of these. Parameter, I don't need to test this one. Parameter I need to document, into I need to document. I need to document the decoder type. And what else do I want to do? I want to, I save this, yeah, good. Right, I want to add, I need float. I need element, question mark, something for tuples. A function for making a decoder from a result returning function. Combinators map. Monadic bind. What should it be called? Try. How would I go about sending a single UDP packet? I don't know if anyone has made a UDP library or not. Wait, promises monads? Yes, they are, because they implement. So the interface for monad is pure, which is promise.resolve. It's a function that takes some value and wraps it in whatever the monadic data type is. And the second thing in the interface is bind, or flat map, or try, or then. Oh, it's literally called then in JavaScript, isn't it? There you go. And that's one that takes a monadic thing of A and a function that goes from A to the same monadic thing of B and gives you a monadic thing of B. Well, that's then in JavaScript. Promises just actually violate the monadic laws. They do, yes, it's really annoying. I'm not going to talk about that, but the promise design in JavaScript is rubbish in a handful of ways. Whatever. The promise type in Gleam, let's actually look at that really quickly. The promise type in Gleam does obey the monadic laws, and it's still compatible with the promise type in JavaScript, which is, well, I think it is. It roughly is. And the way that works is that we can implement map as well as await. We call it await rather than then. And it allows you to nest promises, which is something that's possible in regular JavaScript by promise. Here we go. So we got this promise layer thing. So if the thing is an instance of promise layer, so if when you get two promises merged together, in JavaScript they collapse into a single promise. In this one, we check to see if it's a promise, and if it is, we put another layer on top of it to prevent it from collapsing. But if it is monocursive followed and then subscribed. Thank you so much, friend. Welcome. Good to have you. So yeah, it doesn't collapse. It doesn't violate the type system in that case. What is the editor theme? This is. How do I know? Oh, I don't know what I just did. Isn't it you? I feel like. This menu has changed since last time I looked at it. That's very funny. Color scheme. This is Dusk Fox. There's lots of other nice. I really like. I really like the fox themes. Fox. Gosh, that's too bright. Dawn Fox, Nord Fox, Terra Fox, Night Fox. Crap! I didn't want to interrupt you. You can interrupt me. Garlusk. You can. I like being interrupted. I'd rather people talk to me. Dusk Fox. Oh yeah, look, there you go. I can print it. So there you go. You got the. Oh, really? That's not true. I can see it. It's right here. Look. Why's my mouse not working? Look, it's right here. Look. What? I thought I was meant to be able to jump into directories like that. Oh, it's because it's called decode. That's why. So then is map and flat map, depending on what is returned. Yeah, rubbish. Very annoying. What's your new Vim distro? I'm using Lazy Vim, and in future I want to change to writing my own. And I'll use Kickstart to get started with that, but I haven't done it yet. Very nice. So float, whatever ones we want. Bit array. We want to be able to decode bit arrays. Bit array. We want list. Can anyone think of any other ones we want? I suppose we want some sort of nested one as well. What would we call that? I never asked what we were writing. We're working on a new like dynamic data decoding API, like a JSON decoding API. It's quite clever. This one. I can't think of what. So in dynamic it's called field, but I'm already using the word field here. So maybe field is the wrong name, but it would be a function to get a single. Like if I wanted to nest this entire thing under data, how would I do that? Like decode dot yeah, this isn't I want something that's like field, but you don't pipe into it. So like if the entire thing, if the JSON object started with if the JSON object was like this. Is that right? No, it's not. It's like that. So if the JSON object was like that, it had data at the top of it. I want some way of saying, and this whole thing starts with data, which would be like here, I guess is the nice way to do it. Decode dot. Oh, maybe I could do like within. Oh, but that's backwards. Yeah. Or doesn't, maybe it's just nest. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, which way around should it be? Because the other way, because it's piped, the other way you could write it would be, oops, like that. That doesn't look as good. That is worse to me, I think. Maybe it's within, but the problem with within is then it's top to bottom. So like if it was a few things, if it was like, you know, within data, within, person, within people, within Dave. Then it's like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I guess you could do like within data, people, Dave. I guess you could do that. What do you think? I never asked what we were writing. Oh, who did I read then? Oh wait, I'm reading the same thing again that you said before. Path. We were talking about using the word path for this one though. The problem with all this stuff is just the API design is really tricky. I quite like within things. Deep. Yeah, it's like the difference. If one of them, yeah, one of them takes an already existing decoder, and the other one makes an entirely new one. Oh dear, stretching. Oh dear me. Yeah, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure really. Is there a way to do it like this? Um, I mean, that would work, maybe. So the weird thing is that all the other ones are nouns, like field, at. Yeah, at is nice, isn't it? But then you kind of want to use it for this one as well. So what is this? This is a function that takes data and returns a... Oh no, this isn't data. This is a decoder. It's all a bit weird, really, isn't it? Like, it could go there. It's a bit weird that then you have this function wrapping it. Or it could go here. Yeah, I don't know. It's an odd one. Right, I'm gonna take a few minute break, and then I'll be right back, and then we can start actually writing some code. Maybe, you know, like an hour and a bit in. So let me change this. Why can't I edit my? It's because I've locked it. Unlock it. There we go. 3-minute break. Where's the break button? I can't find it. There we go. have to unmute your microphone. Don't forget. I was hoping to find an energy drink. I quite want one, but or something like that. But no, just beer. Rubbish. I'm stocked for the wrong kind of party. Is this a zipper? This is an applicative decoder. Coffee gives energy. Yeah, but I couldn't be bothered to boil the kettle. Did you do 2D for optionals? Oh, that's a great... Excuse me. Nomia, thank you so much. That's really clever. That's really clever. We need that one. No need to boil. What? You're just gonna like... How would you... What? You're just gonna have like cold... How do you make the coffee without boiling water? So what? Okay, so if we extract this and we change this into user decoder, that makes more sense now to me. Eat it with milk directly. Be efficient. Am I crazy or not? I just spent the day messing with themes as empty code. That's great. You're gonna look at it all day. Why not make it look nice? Just eat the beans. So I'm not a coffee person at all. I drink coffee every day, but I have instant coffee, and I like it like that. I stopped drinking coffee when I started working remotely many years ago, because it was always like a social thing. It's like, oh, do you want a coffee? Yeah, I'll have a coffee. And then I went to a friend's house and I had a coffee in the morning. And because I hadn't drank caffeine in so long, and they have coffee quite strong, I felt like I was on drugs. I was like on the train on the way home, and I was like sweating and panicking, and I was like, oh God. I had such an intense time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start drinking coffee so this never happens again. Just couldn't hack it, man. So that looks better. Is that true, or do you? Oh, I keep going back and forth on this. I don't know. Add a small amount. If you add a small amount of cold water for adding the hot water, it tastes really good. Yeah, always do that. Always add a little cold water first, or milk or oat milk or whatever it is you like. I'm wondering if I can unify this API in such a fashion that I could use it in both places. So this is the decoder. This is also a decoder. Okay, so I think what I want is, I think I quite like this at design. I think this is okay. Okina, hey, what's the little icon next to your name mean? Let me click on it. CS:GO Week Brazil 2022. Nice. Nice. Oh, don't know what I did there. We're good. We're playing around with applicative decoders and stuff. Or more accurately, we're bike shedding over API design. It's Nina. Hello, Nina. And what's this? Cool. Like cool. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. Oh, moustaches are great until they're not. And you're like, oh, I've got a thing on my face. So I quite like this. Maybe we could have like a field at as well. Like that. And a so in Elm they call it like required and optional. Is required better? Is the word better than required? I don't particularly like the way it's yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of that. We could have like optional field. Maybe something like that. I've got something stuck in my teeth now. It's very embarrassing. Be a cherry, lovely. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to do this at function. What was the other thing you said? Oh, we kind of want like an optional. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go back to what to do. So we want at optional fields. Okay, how do we do like? Yeah, how do we if we okay. Oh no, we can use okay. I'm sort of just I'm articulating things very poorly at the moment. I'm struggling a little bit with the API, but let's just start making things and then we can get out from there. So let's do floats. In fact, let's do these. So we've tested string. Let's test bool. False. True. False. Whoops. True. Boom. And I've called these strings, but they're not. These are. Ooh. Lovely. Let's run these tests and see how they work. Oh dear. Oh, it's because I've still got at somewhere. This path thing doesn't exist. I can get rid of that entirely. Don't use these skull things anymore. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Oh, what did I break? Oh, it's because we still have this wrapper. Hey Isaac, how you doing? Field's an optional field. Awesome, got those. Thanks, Tim. And, well, they're on the to-do list at least. Right, so let's run this. Good, and now the error ones. No path is represented as an empty list. It's not represented as an empty string. Okay. Lovely. Okay, so let's do the same for what the ones we want. We want int. Oh, wait, hold on. Shouldn't this say, oh, I made a mistake there. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Wow, my decoder is still a 186 line function. Would it ever be possible to derive decoder straight from type definitions? Yes, and this will make it easier. One of the problems with doing it in an automated way at the moment is that you can't extend. There's no abstraction for decoders that works for an unlimited number of parameters. This will allow you to do that. So you could have. So I think one thing that Jack has been working on. Jack, are you still in the chat? Weren't you working on a thing where you paste in JSON and it gives you back a decoder? Well, you could use this. Yeah, there you go. Jack said he's working on it. So you could use this if that project targeted this, it could then work for like, you could have 1,000 fields in your object, it would still know how to decode it. Well, at the moment, I'm not sure what it does. I guess it uses the result module once you get past a certain point, and that would then turn it from an applicative decoder to a monadic decoder, which will result in like a worse user experience. Because the user only gets back one error rather than getting back all the errors, which would be fine in lots of contexts, but in things like making a JSON API, that would be rubbish. 1,000 fields is 3,009. Yeah, well, you know, if that's what you're gonna do, I would question, maybe don't put 1,000 fields in your JSON object, but it's not unrealistic to have tens. You know, like if you look at Stripe's APIs, there could be like 100 fields. You know, maybe if you want, maybe you want to decode all of that. I argue you probably don't. At the moment, it does nothing. I still haven't got back to it. Ah, Jack's a true programmer. I've started that project. So we've tested booleans, I think. Yes. And we've tested ints. Let's test floats. Int, float, and 4.5. And 4.5, whoops, 4.5, and float. Nice. Okay, so what else do we want? We want a you have 59. What are you decoding that's got 59 fields in your thingy? Float bit array, that's what we want. Where's the string one? Oops. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Forgio. Why do you need to pass the entire repository model rather than I would have expected there's only bits that you want to get out of that. Oh, and Compiler TV followed while I was on a break, I guess, because I didn't see that. And Fleet Fox just followed. Hey, thanks very much, folks. Welcome. Enjoy your stay. Hang out. You know, I want the viewers. Bit array. If I find any bugs in the dynamic module from this, I'm going to be very upset. Ooh, it's interesting formatting. I'm not sure I would have personally done that. Okay, cool. So now we have bit arrays. I'm doing it cool because I'm making a wrapper. I don't know what users of my library would want, so I give them all. Yeah, that's very reasonable. Wind's blowing my door open again. Oh wow, it's like 1 o'clock. Oh, no wonder I'm getting hungry. It's like it's time for food. It's a very nice day. It was midsummer yesterday. Is it midsummer at the same time everywhere? How does the planet work? I didn't go and do anything. I did. I had some people I know went to Stonehenge. That sounds pretty cool. And hi, newbie. Hey, newbie. Newbie. Oh, good boy. Got a cat down here. He's purring. Can I pick him up? Let me pick him up. Oh dear. I'm bashing my Look, it's the good boy. Newbie, say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, purr. Purr on the microphone. Or don't. Okay, fine. Is the pet name Newbie? Yes, but it's spelled N-U-B-I. Newbie. Oh, hail the black pamphlet. Do you like yogurt, Newbie? It's, I'm not sure you're supposed to be... Okay. That was my breakfast. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's alright. He's a good boy. Hasn't been complaining so much lately. He looks exhausted by those applicatives. Newbie, yeah, Newbie's more of an object-oriented programmer. Oh, and he sneezed. That was really cute. That was very cute. Okay, so... I don't remember if there's like an at in, and is there like an at in here? Oh, the tuple things, of course. Oh, shallow list as well. So... at shallow list. Is shallow list the time I'm going? Yeah, let's go for it. So let's do a list of things. List event. List. It's an int. And a list of hello, Joe. That's going to fail because list doesn't exist. That's nice. I like how this looks. Oh. How's this going to work? Oh, interesting. So we've got some data and we want to, oh, we kind of, how are we going to do this? So we have, a dynamic.list of oh no, we don't need the function goes in here. That's how it works. Okay. Parenthesis. There we go. That one there. And this is from data inner from data. Is that right? Oh, I didn't put a arrow here. I'm powerless without my type errors. Have you got screen keys, Louis? I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Interesting. I wonder how adding the extra parameter function affects performance. Maybe it would be a special case and erased. Yeah, that's it. So we've got one extra It will. It won't. Could it ever be in the literal heap? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't, and we can't easily erase it yet because we don't do full program compilation. An application that shows the keys you're pressing. No, that'd be embarrassing. You'll see me typo even more than you can see already. And Neo Meow is just typing the code for me. It's like I've got my own copilot. But oh, that's even better. That's even better than what I've written. Let's do that. That's so good. Let's just copy. Let's copy exactly what you've put. Whoop. Does it work? Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. That's way better than what I've got. Look at that. And there's even less wrapping, so it'd be faster. Genius. My viewers are just the best. I like how the Gleam are just all better programmers than I am. But yes, in future we could do further optimizations that Erlang doesn't. It's all possible. Oops. Where's it complaining about that? In decode. Dyn. What? What? Oh, silly. Why didn't my jump to error thing work there? I must have pressed the wrong button, which you would, if I had stream keys, you would have seen me press the wrong button. That would have been very embarrassing. Oh, Danielle did it last night. Of course it's Danielle. Danielle's a genius. She's so good. So there you go. That's list done. And then we want to have shallow list, which whoops. Somehow I pressed F6. What a typo. Shallow. Whoops. Whoops. I'm very talented. Yes, there we go. And perfect. Let's do that. Danielle is so clever. It's just kind of rude, if anything. We can make this a constant, this one, because it's not parameterized. Right? Is that true? Oh, extra thing. There we go. List of dynamic. There we go. What's the error here? Oh, it's because I'm missing a. There we go. Lovely. Boom. Hey, Gears. Gears. I was watching Gears stream yesterday. They were doing some cool language server additions to the Gleam pilot, which is very impressive. Like me, struggling with just how slow Rust is to compile. Ah, ditch. You're just catching up on the stream, so you're watching minutes ago. So I don't know if you're gonna get this. For the nested selector, subfield springs to mind. Oh, that's nice. Huh. I quite like that subfield. Oh, I like that. That's nice. And Domanic just followed. Thank you very much. Oh, and Rentillas. Renatillas says, hi, hello. What do you use to install multiple versions of OTP? 27 doesn't seem to be on Homebrew. I use ASDF. Other people use Mize. I don't know why Brew is so late to update this one. They're normally pretty fast. I think there must be some sort of problem, but I don't know what it is. Once Screen Keys was mentioned, it went downhill. Yeah, it do be like that. It do be like that. Oh, Revolt 1, hello. I know you've just said theme, but like, hello, I see you there. How long ago? 3 minutes ago. I'm almost up to date with chat. Actually, what's going on? Let me check my YouTube tab, see what's going on over here. Hey, YouTube folks, how are we doing? I mean, I have stream not in the tab, but I can't see how many of you there are. Oh, I've got 11 likes. Oh, Twitch doesn't have likes. It has subs instead. Give me subs. Come on. You got Amazon Prime? Press that button right now. Come on. Come on. I don't have a real job. I'm an open source person. I need those subs. Should we just commit? Why not? Added a bunch more decoders. What was that noise? Did you hear something ding? Did anyone hear that, or was that just me? Oh, oops. I pulled instead of pushed. Friday, the best work day. Friday was good. I kind of miss Fridays in the office where you do nothing. Hey, no, hey, Nicola. What's up? Oh, little one CZ. Reminds me of a StarCraft player called The Little One. Though I don't think he was Czech, so. Welcome, thanks for the follow. Good stuff. That's a bunch of things. Should we try and do at? That would be fun. So, how are we gonna do this? Let's just grab one of these. Okay. So the data's going to be more complicated now. So let's do it. It's going to be a dict from list. And first, dict from list. Second, dict from list. I don't know what accent this is. A person from nowhere. Third, and this is going to be a bunch of numbers. Let's make a sensible number so I can actually read it. Whoops. And then we want to say decode at first, second, third. Oh! Yeah, something definitely made a noise just then. Let me try and work out what that was. Oh wow, my green screen is really not working. It's Robin sending me text messages. Robin is the only person who sends me text messages. No one else does. Hello, what are you working on? Gleam JSON 2? Yeah, it's a new API that we've come up with. We want to release it as a package, and then we'll see if people prefer it, and if it's better, then we might either incorporate it into the dynamic module, or hey, I got a raid of a party of 2. So the last raid was from, oh gosh, who was the last raider? I've got to scroll up and H Anime Girls, that's who it was, who just followed. Fantastic. So that was a raid of 1, and now Robotic Head is raiding with 2. So the next one is 4. Now I know this sounds like small numbers, but like if you look at that growth, we're gonna be much bigger than Prime soon. Hey, robotic head, how are you doing? Robotic head. There you go. This doesn't return all errors. It stops at the first one, right? No, this is applicative. It returns all the errors. By the 10th one, I'm getting 10k viewers. Exactly. We're going to be massive. Gonna come back with more. Hey, Chanimal Girls, come back with 2 next time. Not talking to you, sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention. Then it was a reply to. Oh, I see. There was a link just above. I see. Let me click on this link and have a look at it. Do 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 do. Yes, this is. Yeah, you're right. This design that Jura just shared is monadic, not applicative. I like the API though. I feel like did I say Kitten Eyes? I can't remember if I said thank you to you for following. Maybe I didn't, but thanks once again. If I did, I didn't. Should we just do code? I'm much better at that. Oops, I say that and then I immediately typo it up. Should equal. What should it equal? It should equal 1337 because I'm old. At at so if we have the same thing, but we're missing the second one, and oh, shallow list needs to take, sorry, at needs to take a type, so this should be an int. Should be an error. I'm not sure what the error should be exactly, but it should definitely say first, second, like that. And we're expecting it to be a field, and it's nothing? Something like that? I can't remember. But let's implement it. Oopsen. Oops. No, you don't need to do that. Yeah, make it return all the errors. I want other people to tackle this problem because it's challenging. How do you return all the errors in a type-safe way? Go for it. Use 42. All the cool kids are. 42 is older than 1337. Like that's Elite comes from the Elite video game, doesn't it? And that was early 90s. Is that late 80s? Well, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is older than that, isn't it? But perhaps is weathered slightly better. What am I implementing? At path. This is a list of things. List of segments. Segment. Oh no, it has to be string. Oh, that's a problem. Does it? Let's find out. And then there's an inner, which is gonna be a decoder of A. And we're gonna return a decoder of A. And how are we going to implement this? So we fold from the initial inner decoder. No, we fold over the path from the initial inner decoder with dynamic.field. Is that going to work? And then we call the decoder on the data. And that doesn't work because what is the error applying to there? I can't. Okay, dot field is meant to do this, but instead I do this. Ah. Continuation. Isn't that right? Hey, newbie. Off you go. I don't understand the error message. Dyn decoder. And then a segment. And then we should say dynamic.fields. Ah, the segment goes first. So the order was wrong. And then the dyn decoder. Third. Okay, so it's backwards. So fold right. Nice. That seems to work. And this is the error. And then we have one for an error, but it is wrong in error. Strong. So, oops, this is meant to, what am I pressing to do that? This is meant to be a, let's say it's half. This is meant to be a, what have I said it's meant to be? String, it's meant to be a string. But it's an int. Nice. Nice. Oh, my YouTube chat is not scrolling properly. Okie dokie. Hey, like this looks dangerously usable now. Tasty. Pre-roll ads are on. Run an ad break to disable them. Maybe I will, and I'll get some nuts at the same time. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Back in like, I don't know, a couple minutes. Doing a break. Right, back in a sec, folks. I lied. It's not 2 minutes. I've not even gone for 1. I've got peanuts though. What's going on? Is the ad break still running? I've got 1 more minute of ad break. Can any of you actually see it? This looks dangerously usable. I'm stealing quote. You can steal that all you want. Just gonna wait for the. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to punch my microphone. How long have I got? 33 seconds. Very exciting. Can I, in that time, delete some videos from my camera? I've got a little camera that I wear when I'm... Oh, no, stop that. Don't play it. I've got a little video that... Got a little camera that I wear when I'm cycling. Oh, that's a nice... I might keep that one. Okay, I won't do it now because I've run out of time and I haven't worked with the interface yet. Ding, ding, ding. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Are we done? Good, we're all back. Fantastic. I'm never sure who can actually see me when the advert's running. I presume it doesn't show it to everybody, but I don't know. Twitch is too confusing for me, eh? Oh, look, up to like 70 people. That's very exciting. Cap Muffin? Do you think it's short for Captain Muffin? I reckon it is. Welcome, Cap Muffin. How you doing? I'm just going to quickly look at the... I'm just going to quickly look at Twitch, and I want to see who's online at the moment. I'm not finishing yet. Don't you worry. Can't escape me that easily. I'm just curious what our standing's like. Hey, look, we're like we're pretty close to the top. That's exciting. I also like capybaras, so it stands for Captain and Capybara. Nice. I love capybaras. They're just lovely little fellas. They're just so chill, having a nice time all of the time, sitting in like nice baths and stuff. Oh. Being attacked by pelicans and they just don't care. No reaction ever. So, document this please at optional field, subfield. I guess we need optional subfield as well. It could be a bit weird. See you, Giz. Enjoy lunch. I might still be here. Who knows? Hey Jack, are you streaming today? Or any other Gleam people streaming? I'd really like to raid another Gleam person. Maybe. Jack's giving me a solid maybe. Jack is certain that it might happen. Optional. Optional can work the same way. Let's write a test for optional first, shall we? Where's the list? There we go. I don't know what the error would be here. It's gonna be string. Cool, so what are all the variants of it? So hello, Joe. And a Boolean one. Nice. And we should do one for when it is absent. So we can use nil for that. Oh, this should be I need to import wait, can I do it? God, I'm articulating extremely poorly. I apologize for that, folks. Can I do it like this? I can. Excellent. And this one should be some true. And this one should be some hello, Joe. Lovely. And we'll do one for None as well. Lovely. Okay. Optional. Why are they not written return types on these? Oh, that would be a feature I'd really like. I would like to automatically unqualify something. Nice. Give me a couple of minutes, you can set it up. Oh, I mean, I don't think I'm in any rush, but like, I think it would just be cool to hand over to another Gleam person if there is another Gleam person who happened to be online at the same time. I'll probably go for a bit longer. I've got someone to be at, I'm trying to be at 4. It's probably like 45-minute cycle away. A little bit of time to get dressed. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we finish in the next hour or something. I'm sure there's loads of other lovely people to raid as well. It's just cooler when you can raid. It's much cooler when you can raid someone, you know, who's a Gleam person, I reckon. Don't you think? Lovely. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Do our tests run and succeed. Nice. So that's optional. Element. Yes, okay. How is this going to work for tuples? Can you use, what is the type of field? What's the type of that? Oh wow, it can be any type. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Whoops. Field. Do we want to relax the do we want to relax field then? Because I think at the moment it says that it has to be a string. It could be anything. Which is interesting, isn't it? Oh wow, what if we merge them together, right? Like, so if it is, I quite like that. It's gonna need some FFI though. So like, we've got this, at the moment we've got this distinction between like fields and elements. So if you want to index into a tuple, use element. If you want to index into a field, if you want to index into a dict or an object or something, you use field. But what if it's the same thing and it, because the dynamic module is all about dynamically typed programming, right? So it's all very flexible and permissible. What if you just had a field one, and if it is if it's an int, then you can index into tuples as well. I quite like that. And then I wonder if we should call it access. I'm not sure. I like the naming bit is the names are the hard bits. I'm getting too excited. I keep tripping over my words now. Speak slowly, speak calmly, enunciate, lips, tongue, tip of the teeth, unique New York, unique New York, red Renault lorry, yellow Renault lorry, etc., etc. Oh dear, all my old theatre days are coming back, eh? So, I quite like that. Yeah, so let's relax this. So this can be a name. Does that still work? Nice. That's nice. I like that. Let's do at with a tuple then. So where's at? Oh, let's do a dict of int. Does that work? Yes. And the next thing I want is gonna be, oh, I want where was I writing? Here. No. No, no, yes. So what if it is a tuple int? Lovely. I said I don't need it to be a dict. Just needs to be dynamic. And then so now we want to get the first and then the 0th. And that will give us, and it should be a string, and this should be, it makes the error messages harder though. Oh. Hey, Newbie. Oh, good boy. And this should be a, we think. It's not, this is going to fail. Yes. I also need to make that error message better. That error message really sucks. Excuse me. Gosh, a bit more water. I could implement this with FFI. I don't especially want to yet. And we can do it by, hey newbie, hello. What's up, honey? Oh, life is hard, isn't it? Ashes. Life is ashes. What's up, sugar? Okay, the little boy wants lunch, I think. So give me like a minute. Give me like a whole minute, and I'll be back. I'm just gonna leave it on. Come on, little boy. Oh no, you don't. You're just sitting down now. Just wanted to complain. Oh, he's so cute. He's the only cat I know that likes belly rubs. Isn't that bizarre? I demand cat tax, and I like your Pokemon t-shirt. What British accent do you have? What is it? What does RP stand for? It's what's the R in it? No. God, I have to look that up. RP accent received. Oh, I was right. For some reason, I just didn't like. I had it in my head, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. No, I don't. I've just got a person from nowhere in particular in the South accent that is just a sort of smear of lots of different places with a bunch of. Then there's a bunch of like Irish English words scattered in it as well. He looks very chill on the floor, so I don't particularly want to pick him up right now. He's having like a nice, like, you know, when they lie back in a sort of crescent moon shape. No, I was born in Hillingdon, which is West London, but I moved to Slough when I was 7. So I had a very, like, you get me, little rude boy accent. Then I moved to Brighton, then I moved to London. And I've just sort of got this, like, smeared out young professional Londoner sort of accent from nowhere in particular. Generic in the vicinity of London accent. Yes. Can you try RP for stream? I would need to like listen to some and remember what it's like. It's much. Yeah, I guess I'm not far off. But I use lots of words that they don't. And you probably shouldn't stammer and stutter and things in that. You got to be very precise. What am I doing? I want to change the field one. You're right, noobs. Yeah, I kind of feel I probably should implement this using FFI. Okay, so to do that, oh, hello sausage. Meow, everything's bad. Now you're complaining. Is it because I'm not giving you attention? Would you want food? What do you want? You gotta make a decision, hon. Okay, well he's definitely complaining, so I'm gonna see if I can give him some lunch or something. Come on. Yeah, that's it. We've given him the cat food that he doesn't like as much at the moment, so he's complaining a little bit. And a bit yeah. Yeah. Not as enthusiastic about it as he is normally, which is probably good because he's a pretty chunky boy. He was like a waif when he was young. He was the run to the litter. I guess I should FFI this, eh? So let's do this by going to the standard library, going to the FFI, finding the field. Oh. What file was I just in? Going to the FFI. Going to fields, decode field, there we go. Yeah, okay. Why have I made it return none? How is this used in the dynamic module? Field. Oh. much more complicated than I thought it was going to be. It's quite interesting. Now the cat is eating, you sneak up behind him, grab him, and show him on the stream. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. How do I want to do this? Stuff it. Let's just grab that. LL Cool Chris, how you doing, my friend? How's your day going? Decode FFI. And we want to export it. Let's call it a field. What should we call it? I'm going to call it index. Oh, I forgot the little things you're going to put around it. Index. Index. I don't know why I've written it this way. Like, I could just do key key value don't need the is map guard anymore. Key value, and then we say like value. Oops. Okay, there's probably some reason I didn't do it this way. I don't know what it is yet though. Let's say this is an indexable. Oh, SJR, hello, 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 welcome. Thought the door went, someone else got it. The next thing is if it is a tuple, when is tuple, and also is integer key, and also I is no, we'll call it I, and also I is less than or equal to the tuple size of tuple. And in this case, gosh, this is very long. Let's shorten it a bit. And in this case, we say element of D and I. Is that going to work? How long is that line? Yo, Strange2X, thank you very much for the sub. Subscribe for 2 months, brilliant. This is 100 lines, that's too long. How do I format this? I'm never sure how I want to format these guard things. Like that? Let's go for that then, eh? Oops. Nice, and that is, oh, still over 80 though. I guess it would do. What is so like? There's a shorthand for and also. What is it? Is it semicolon, comma? I can never remember. I think it might be that. Formatting guards is my recurring nightmare. Yeah, they are so confusing. And also is a crazy keyword, says fcollector. Yeah, it's because they implemented and, but it wasn't short-circuiting, and then they realized they wanted short-circuiting. And if they change what and means, it would break programs, so they had to introduce and also. Who were and also and all else, which are quite funny, I think. LL Cool Chris says, Pretty good, pretty good. Starting the day with some Beam. That's what the doctor recommends, eh? Is some of the standard library written in Erlang? Yes, it is. Let's have a look. The standard library is 83%. Oh, let's not have my head in the way. It is 83% Gleam. Let's see if I can move this the right way. Yeah. 8.9% JavaScript and 7.6% Erlang and 0.4% TypeScript. I'm surprised by that. Oh, I think there's some benchmarking code in here that's written in something. Oh, it's not. It's property tests. That's in TypeScript. We can get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. I'm doing a little bit of the Erlang track on Exorcism. Exorcism rules. Everybody use Exorcism. It's completely free as well. Isn't that amazing? Really, really good course. 4724 Ruben Arena. Lol. Just followed. Thank you very much, friend. Beam is part of this complete breakfast. Here we go. So, yeah, that formatting is absolutely atrocious. I'm sure that's not what God intended, but you know, let's get rid of that, shall we? Let's split these like that. Make it like very mildly easier. Oh, this decode error message thing doesn't exist, so we need to do error decode error, and this would be dynamic Gleam dynamic classify data. One question: are you using the language server based formatting for Gleam in NeoVim? I am. Yes, I am. I'm not using it for Erlang, as you can see. Like nothing happens. Like, it just stays there. Well, there's an Erlang version. Now I need a similar version for JavaScript. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Decode ffi.mjs because Node is silly. And then I'm going to need to import OK error just those two from hello. Oh, dict from Gleam.mjs, and then I'm going to need to import decode error from Gleam stdlib something like that. And then I'm going to need, what did I call the thing? Index. Why does it have to be MJS extension, not just JS? That's not a dumb question at all. So the reason for that is that Node, for some reason I will just do not understand at all, say that if you are using ES modules, you can't use the extension JS, you've got to use the extension MGS. I personally think this sucks. But, you know, I can't do anything about it. So I've said data and then key. So if the if type of that's how you do it, right? Is type, it's like that. Type of key is. Why did you cite it right now in Erlang, not Gleam? Because I don't have a way of expressing. So that we're doing lots of dynamically typed programming here, and I don't have a way of expressing this particular thing concisely and performantly in Gleam. Not so easily. I could do some like hacky stuff, but then at that point you're better off just doing it inside the language that is already dynamically typed. If we ever merge this into the standard library, we can move this in the standard library and simplify the one that is in the standard library too. So if the type of key is number, is there a way to like check if something is an integer specifically in JavaScript? I don't know if that's the case. No, I don't know. How should this, okay, let's go back. Let's close all of this. Let's go back to the standard library. How was it implemented in here? So fields, decode field. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's way too complicated. What? Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I do it in Gleam. This is horrible. I don't want to copy all this. God, that's horrendous. Damn. What about elements? Decode element. No? How does element work? Oh. Okay. 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 I'm feeling regret. Oh dear. Okay. I still like the idea of what we're doing. How does decode int work? Oh, number is integer. Oh, okay. That's nice. Okay. So we can, that seems sensible to me. Why is it called key? If number is integer and array dot is array the data and the key is less than, the key is greater than or equal to 0 and the key is less than the data dot length. Then we can just say data dot key. Okay, so that is the, that's the number bit sorted. Otherwise, we need to do that horrible get nonsense. Can we avoid doing that in some way? Oh, but then I've just, I need to copy. Do I genuinely need to copy all of that stuff out of there? I don't super want to do that. Okay, so what's my Erlang implementation look like? I might have to. Or I could lift it into Gleam and then my error messages are going to be slightly inconsistent, which I'm not a huge fan of. I guess, okay, let's try and lift it into Gleam. So let's say, index if sequence. Index if array. Or like maybe index. This is a silly name. Oh, and I didn't actually return anything. Okay. Otherwise, return new error undefined. And then I can get rid of these things. But it should return a decode error. Okay. Decode error. And we want an indexable, but we got a okay. The names in this are rubbish. Why is my formatter so slow? Gosh, I think whatever language server I'm using for JavaScript is not very good. Maybe I should stop that one, eh? Oh, Bash Bin, I didn't see you say hello. How are you doing? Sorry, I missed that. What did I call it? I called it maybe index. I can just call it index. And then like that. Is that the same thing? Integer is array. Ah, we didn't say if it's also bigger than that. And index is greater than 0, and also, right, how on earth am I going to format this now? Like that? Gosh, it just looks worse and worse no matter what I do to it. Oh dear. There we go, that sort of looks kind of okay, maybe. Also, I want this to be 4 space. Thank you, what are you making? I am making an applicative dynamic data decoding library in Gleam, which is a very silly way of saying it. Do you need to encapsulate the decoder inside an error? I am. Yeah. Is that what you mean? So let's try and... Oh yeah, I've remembered what I'm doing now. Gosh, I've got a bit distracted. Oh, expected this. Got one of those. Okie dokie. That's fine by me. Oops, I pressed the wrong button there. But do you need to? Because decoder is already an error. Ah, but so Gleam doesn't have subtyping. So if you, let's look at our test. So we expect to get a... Oh, but there's meant to be a list of them. There's not going to be just one. So I have made a mistake here. But if you look at the return type, it is a result of a list of decode errors. So a correct error value would be error, as in like the success one goes in OK, and the error goes in the OK constructor, OK record, and then it's going to be a list, and then it's going to be a decode error of, you know, a X, Y, Z. It's not a class hierarchy thing, because Gleam is a functional language, not an object-oriented one. And so I need to make a list from new non non-empty list, I think is what it's called. New empty list. Gosh, how does this stuff work, eh? I'm just going to do like lists. Boom. Right, that vaguely makes sense. Oh, whatever I'm using here is rubbish. The language server is so slow. So now in our decoder, when we're decoding a field, we want to actually say dynamic dot any of either fields or wait, have I just implemented element like exactly? Oh dear. Oh no, because it like explicitly wants you to give you an int. So we've got, I think we have exactly the same implementation here. So we can just do, what am I doing? Element, data dynamic, and the key is anything. And that's going to return a decode results of dynamic. So the Erlang one is inside the decode FFI file, and it's called index. Oh, I've called it index. Let's call it, let's fix that. And the JavaScript one is in the same place, but you need to give it the file name because of how JavaScript works. Type mismatch. Oh, okay. Okay. Index into data that is dynamic. Oh no, it's meant to come last, isn't it? Yeah, so we have a key, which is anything. And then we have an inner, which is a dynamic.decoder of something. And then we're going to return a dynamic.decode. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to take the data as an argument as well. Of B. Coolio. And so then we can apply it here. So that type checks, but now we need to implement it. So we can say case shallow index on inner data with the key. And if we get back something that is okay, get new data, then we can call the then we can call inner on it. Otherwise, we can just return the error. Nice. Oh, my computer's doing that thing where it slows down again after like a couple hours of streaming. And something is undefined. Decoder FFI index is undefined. Oh, because I've spelled it wrong. It's not it's just, there we go. Does that work? No, and it's error on decode FFI index. Decode FFI index. Oh. Wow, that was really wrong. That's interesting. Oh, why has it gone to the wrong place? Isn't that weird? Decode FFI index is undefined. Hey Yelfips, how you doing? Oh, did I miss Lewis 123? Sorry, friend. I think I missed you following, or maybe I didn't. But I'm getting a bit frazzled from trying to work out what's going on here. Decode FFI index. I wonder if that's because I renamed something, so I messed it up. Let's try cleaning it and rebuilding. And I can have a little bit of water at the same time. Gosh, it's taking a very long time to compile. So there's something wrong with this computer. After like 2 hours of streaming, suddenly the compilation, everything just gets really slow. Syntax error before index. So there was a syntax error in the file, is there? Oh yes, that's why nothing works. Why is it in the wrong place? Gosh, there was all these errors and I just never noticed them. And that's because it is the other way around in Erlang for reasons that I will never understand. Gosh, look at all these errors that we just missed entirely. How did that happen, eh? Hey, look at that. Another type. Well, that's wrong, isn't it? Oh, we got a bad arg. How did that happen? Did we get the arguments the wrong way around? Oh, yes, we did. I think that's that way around, isn't it? What's this? At no path error test. What does that mean? Oh dear. Decode error. We expect a tuple of what? At tuple int okay. We expect a tuple of 3 elements, and we did not get that. Oh. It's because the index has got to be 1 greater. Because tuples are 1 indexed in Erlang. Indexing starts at 1. I'm just worried I've got this number wrong now. I have got the number wrong. It's that way around. Oops. Okay, we'll fix that. The next one is at wrong inner error test. How did I break that? Have I got this backwards? No. That's the right way around. I think. How could that be happening? That could be happening because what's my actual error? Nothing. Is this the one that fails? This says error twice in it for some reason. Error. First, second, third. So I'm pretty sure the test's the right way around. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Right, there we go. So Expected. Yes, that is what I expected. Good. Cool, it's all slowing down again. Data. Let's print it and see what it looks like, eh? Oh, that's going to print for every test now. That's going to be mega noisy. Let's print for just... Oops, someone's at the door, folks. Let me be back. It was for me. I have an Amazon parcel, which is weird because I don't use Amazon, so I'm not sure really what's going on there. So if I run the tests again, gosh, I really need to work out why this computer slows down. Oh, it didn't print anything? Oh no, it did. It's right here. Okay, so I should print the segment. Oh no, that is. Do. I don't need to print the data every time. So the first, second, third. Yeah, that is correct. Why does that error? Let's print it when we are fielding. There's lots of ways we can optimize this. Lots of good optimization still to do here. Okay. Oh. Hey Gus, how you doing, friend? And Milo, what's up? Decode error. So the first one, tries to index it first, that succeeds. Second, we're trying to index into it with second, that does not succeed, and we get what we want. And it says some other type dict. I guess that's just the error that the... Oh, it's because of any. Oh. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't like that error message. I've just worked out, like, everything's working fine. It's just the any one replaces it with some other type, which isn't not what I'm after, frankly. So let's just not use any. Like, let's roll our own any. Okay, so how's that going to work? It's going to work by really excited for Gleam 1.3. Any release dates currently using main? Maybe we would do a release candidate within the next week, is what I'm thinking. So we can do this the good old-fashioned way. Data. Data. Data? Is that what we're doing? No. No, that's not right. What am I doing? These combinators get really confusing when you could like dive into them. We are trying to return a function that takes data, and the first thing it tries to do, gosh, this is such a pain in the butt. Let's split this out into, let's make this, let's undo all of this rubbish. Right. Okay. Right, so flexible index. The key is going to be A. Inner is going to be, let's just grab all this. Indexes into either a what's it called? Indexes into either a, what is it? Tuple array or a dict map object, depending on the key. So what do we want to do? We want to we want to do a shallow index on the key. No, data and the key. If that's okay. We do something. If it's an error, in which case we don't need the shallow index to return an error, so we can make a note of that. Is this a way to pass JSON records dynamically? Yes. Yes, effectively yes. Or any untyped data, but JSON is probably the most common use of it. Okay, so let's do the happy path. In this case, we just want to call the inner on the data. Okay, that looks quite simple. Let's do this sad path. So if that didn't work, then we want to try and do a if that doesn't work, we can see if we can call a dynamic to field decoder on for that key on that inner type on that data. If it succeeds, then we can return the data. If it doesn't succeed, we want to change the do we? We can't quite get the error type to be correct in this case because we. Oh, I know. So if this is a decode error, have we imported that? No. So if it's a decode error of dict and found and the path is empty, in fact we don't even care what that is, we want to return a new decode error of indexable found and empty. However, if it's any other error, just return that error, because that would be from a nested one. And it's erroring now because, oh, we're going to return a list of them, not just a single one. Yes, that's fine. Okay. Oh, I didn't use the flexible index. Look how slowly everything's compiling. This sucks. And we want to do flexible index of the segment, the Dyn decoder. There we go. And partially apply it. Oh, we're not using index anymore? Hey, all the tests passed though. It's like I almost know what I'm doing. Almost. Not actually though, just almost. Oh look, oh okay, so this shallow index one is exactly the same as the implementation we have above. Yeah, don't need that then, do we? Okay. Gosh, it's got very slow. Someone buy me a better computer. Okay, and we could simplify the return value of this. And oops. And also the JavaScript one. Come on, there we go. Oops. Nice. Nice. Oh no, data's unused. Where was that? That's in my Erlang one. Nice. Is it like a has key, but for tuples in Erlang? Hey, it worked! Do. Do you think Jack's streaming yet? Hey Jack, are you streaming yet? I've got to go to the park. I've got to go for a picnic. Oh dear me. Oh gosh, that was trickier than I thought it was going to be. I'm quite happy we got it done. Hey Jack, are you streaming yet? I want to raid Jack. I'm gonna message Jack. Jack, where you at? Do. Good. Well, let's commit A. Gosh, it's got very slow. I wonder if I. What do you think it is actually? Should we try and figure that out? Oh, we need to update the to-dos element, something with tuples. Yep, I have that. Concurrent JSON parsing. What does concurrent JSON parsing mean? Wojak Trading, hello. What's the little question mark about? What's your query? Gleam doesn't have a reflection package to get these things in real time. No, there's if you have reflection with that level of detail requires you to box everything. Gleam doesn't box everything. Or rather, yeah, I mean like Erlang boxes everything, but there's multiple things with the same runtime representation. So we don't add an additional layer of boxing because that would A, be slow, and B, break interop with Elixir and Erlang, so we don't do that. I mean, you could definitely, how could you, yeah, you could parse JSON concurrently. There's ways to do it. There's ways to do it for sure. The easiest way is just to like pass multiple things at the same time. That's probably the wisest way. But there would be ways that if you had like one extremely large JSON file that you can concurrently parse it, you could do that. Not in Erlang. No, even yeah, you could in Erlang. Be flexible with tuples and Objects. Nice. I don't personally like generators very much for async stuff. I think we should do something fun after that one. I think we should do a... Gosh, look how slow everything's got. Oh, let's try and work out why it's slow. I mean, it looks like I've got CPU to spare. I mean, the load's pretty bad. Is it OBS? Is that like, do you think there's like, I don't know, what is it? But I'm sure like this is about the level it was. I mean, why is Firefox using so much? Do you think it's, maybe I should like, where's my Firefox task manager? Let me see what that's saying. How do you open the Mortals task manager? Twitch is using a good chunk. YouTube is using a good chunk. It's not that much though. I mean, it shouldn't be using 13%. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe I refresh Twitch. I've got 2 presses 60%. Interesting the task manager can't see that. I mean, I would expect it to be like 60% of a CPU is nothing really. Like, I've got a whole bunch of CPUs here. And that looks like about what it looked like when I started streaming and everything was snappy then. So I don't really understand what the difference is. What's your machine model? This is an M1 Mac. So it's relatively powerful. I didn't used to have this problem. It's only started to happen recently, and I'm not sure what the difference is. It could be a new OBS version. It could be some, I don't know, but like, no, it didn't. I've used significantly more CPU and things felt snappy. I on the regular use way more CPU and things feel snappy. I'm not swapping at the moment. Yeah, everything's very slow. Wonder what it is. Yeah, I've not used any swap. What's my disk saying? I'm reading a few kilobytes a second. I don't know. I have no idea what it could be. Try with NVTop. I don't know what NVTop is. NVTop. I do not have that. What does NVTop do? I love how fast Brew is. Brew's rubbish. I don't know why people like Brew. It's just a pain in the ass. HTOP for GPU. Oh, wow. Would like my GPU struggling make my entire machine slow? I guess, no, I don't know. I don't know anything about hardware really. NVTop. Hey Robocode123, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Is there a better package manager for Macs? I don't think so. I don't know how to read this. What's it telling me? It says GPO NA. I mean, that doesn't look too angry to me. I think that's fine, isn't it? Last time when it slowed down, I had some Mac network process going mad. I wasn't sure what that was. I don't know, really. Cool, so let's, oh, how exciting. Who's following me? Boskins, hello, welcome, thank you for following. To my little follower wave. Wicked. And then we want, what do we want? Have you tried restarting your machine? I think normally closing OBS and everything does the trick. Yeah, so it is something to do with OBS. Like, it doesn't happen normally. Just after, if I stream after like 2 hours, like 2.5, 3 hours of OBS, like it just starts to like just chug. Maybe I should like take a break to restart OBS or something. But then that would like kill my YouTube recording and my Twitch, and everyone would leave. So I don't really know what the right thing to do is there. I suppose I could move all my development stuff onto like a second machine, and then it wouldn't matter if this one is chugging a little bit because all the UI is running, well, everything is running on a different machine. Oh, you've made your design clear, return all the errors. Do you? I would love to read that if you've pushed it to GitHub. I'm very interested in other designs for the same thing. It's htop show that percent is per processor though. It's not 60% of all of my processors, 60% of one processor, right? Isn't that how htop works? Whoops, I've accidentally pressed the wrong thing. All right, let's take a look at this this implementation. From like 88 down. Oh, it's the same thing. This is mine. What? I'm confused. You're like, look at oh, here we go. This is a different link. I was like, look at this, look at this alternative implementation. It's literally my repo. You'd be trolling. Here we go. Ah, okay. So original. Yeah, that's what we have in the standard library. Nice. This is the problem here that we have where you've got to put like a 3 on things. And cool. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the monadic one because if it fails, you don't continue collecting all the errors. Second try. Same API. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Really lovely looking API. And it returns a, what's a next? Where's that defined? Is this the implementation done here? Where's next? Can't see the next thing. Aha, partial decode. Nice, okay. So if it succeeds, we call the next thing. If it errors, it returns. Oh, that's the second. There you go. Parameter 2, second try. That's what we want. So if it's a function, it takes a dynamic, and if it succeeds, it returns whatever the next thing is. Otherwise, it returns the error straight away. Doesn't that return? Oh, return all errors. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So return all errors. Parameter 1 all. How does it work? Oh, you could use default values. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. That's clever. Jack is awaiting a raid. Oh, exciting. I'm reading this. I'm enjoying this. This is cool. So okay, so they all need to have default values. But then yeah, how do you build composite ones? is this a decoder? A decoder is a function that returns, but these aren't decoders. So here's the problem, right? Like, it doesn't compose. Like, if I have this isn't the same structure as this. So how do I have a dynamic? How do I have a user as a field? You have a pretty cool idea of that. Oh, I want to see it. This is awesome. Look at this API. If you can make this work, this is exquisite. Super nice. Look at this. I really dig it. The only thing you've got to be careful of is that your users could do side effects here. Like, so say for example, if instead of just like, you've got to know to return this. If you had someone on like instead of returning it, say okay, this, assign it to a variable, and then on the next line they say insert into database, they've inserted all the default values. So like, you've got to really know how to use this API. That's the problem with that is the problem with default values. Like, it relies on the programmer not knowing not to use the default values. I love the API though. How nice is this? Absolutely gorgeous. And on that note, on that very exciting note, I say we do a bit of raiding. What'd you say? Thank you for sharing that. I really liked that. That was very cool. Right. Browse. Go away, raid browser. Ooh, look, it's our boy. Should we give him a raid? I think we should.
Yeah, it is unpaid. We don't have any.
Yay, Jack!
I wish it was paid. If it were paid, I wouldn't have any problems now, because it would be like my.
The perfect. And he's complaining. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's unfair. If people started, maybe if we had. Oh, complaining about the pay.
All right, let's raid him. Thank you so much for coming, folks. It's been a lovely day. I hope you had as much fun as I have, and I'll see you in the next one. And where's the button to finish? Bye, YouTube. Bye bye.